call the roll, please?
Okay. Thank you.
Danielle McKenzie.
Here.
Jason Blair. Melissa Hunt.
Here.
Adam Webb.
Here.
Mark Ham.
Here.
Glenn Lewis. Louis Williams.
Here. Would you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item 2 is the consent docket. Item A, approve the minutes of the regular city council meeting held August 16th, 2021. Item B is receive the minutes of the regular planning commission meeting held June 8th, 2021. Item C is receive the minutes of the regular planning commission meeting held July 13th, 2021. Item D is declare a seized 2007 Ford Mustang VIN 1ZV-FT82H875245013, police unit number 07-280, that was used in the detectives division as surplus, and return it to the district attorney's office. Item E is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2020-2021 in the amount of $112,242.87. And approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 21-22 in the amount of $2,976,262.96.
Motion we approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. It's a consent docket. Would you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis. Yes. Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 3, consider the preliminary plat of More to Come, located in the northwest quarter of Section 10, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being north of Northwest 24th Street and west of Janeway Avenue. Application by Something Funny, LLC, Bob Labar. Planning Commission recommended approval 9-0.
Mayor and Council, this subject site is located north of Northwest 24th Street on the west side of Janeway Avenue. There is an existing commercial building on the southeast corner of the property. The applicant is proposing to develop this property for a total, potential total of 8 commercial buildings, and that does include the existing building that I just mentioned, with shared access drives and parking. The preliminary plat consists of 8 lots on 2.6 acres, and that's a density of about 3.5 lots per acre. Both water and sewer must be extended from Northwest 24th Street to provide service to the site. There is no FEMA designated floodplain located on this property. The property will be accessed from Janeway Avenue and Northwest 24th Street. Individual buildings will be accessed through a private access drive, except for the building at the southeast corner, which will keep the existing parking and access configuration. The Envision More 2040 plan calls for this location to be employment mixed use. These uses should be designed to mimic a campus or office park setting compatible with the surrounding uses. And principal uses are office and flex uses, so office warehouse type of uses. With the proposed use of the property being a business park, staff believes this application is in conformance with the comprehensive plan and an amendment is not required. And staff recommends approval of this application. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
I would make a motion that we approve.
Second.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Would you call for the vote, please?
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis. Yes. Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 4, consider rezoning application number RZ-1015, located in the southeast quarter of Section 3, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being north of Northwest 27th Street and east of North Shields Boulevard from C5 PU Automotive and Commercial Recreation District with a permissive use for automotive sales to C5 PU Automotive and Commercial Recreation District with a permissive use for automotive and equipment storage as a wrecker service, and approve ordinance number 984, sub 21, application by Steadfast Record, Justin McBride. Planning Commission recommended approval 5-4.
Mayor and council, this site is located north of Northwest 27th Street and on the east side of North Shields Boulevard. The address is 2864 North Shields Boulevard. The property is currently zoned C5 with a permissive use for automotive sales and rentals light. There was a car sales lot on this property previously. There is an existing building with a parking lot. The applicant is proposing to occupy this space with a wrecking service and impound yard. To accommodate this change, a rezoning is required to C5 with a permissive use for automotive and equipment storage for the impound yard. Public utilities are available to serve this site. Access is provided by North Shields Boulevard through existing drives. There is no floodplain on this site. This property is located in the Shields corridor. It is surrounded by C5 zoning on all sides. This property is not directly adjacent to any residential property. And there are currently 2 existing wrecking services located on Shields Boulevard. The Envision More 2040 plan calls for this location to be transitional commerce. Land uses allowed in transitional commerce allow for light industrial and heavy commercial uses. And staff believes that this application is in compliance with the Envision More 2040 plan. Permissive uses, by definition, are uses that may not be appropriate in all areas within the underlying zoning due to potentially undesirable characteristics. And each permissive use application should be reviewed as unique and evaluated on their individual merits. For the automotive tow yards, past experience has shown that proper site design, including site-proof fencing and distance buffers from residential neighbors, are the best for successful operation. In this application, the proposed tow yard would be enclosed with a required site-proof fence. It is surrounded by automotive uses, and it has no residential properties abutting the site. Due to the historical and current uses along Shields corridor, this business would conform with the character of the area. Ultimately, council must determine if the proposed location for a tow yard would cause detriment to the Shields corridor, and if this application supports the goals of the Envision 2040 plan. If the rezoning is approved, the approval is contingent upon the appropriate site-proof fencing to comply with Section 12-396 of the Moore City Code, as well as all wrecked and non-operative vehicles to be kept within a site-proof fence. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
So do you know if the plan is to fence the whole lot?
No.
It's fenced now, so.
What is fenced now, my understanding, is what will be fenced. The fence that is currently there is not compliant with our metal fencing requirements. I have forwarded those requirements to the applicant and let him know that if this is successful tonight, an occupancy permit would not be issued until the fence is in compliance.
And I would just want to make clear, the fencing, and I'm trying to envision what's there now, but I can't. Is it going to come all the way up to Shields Boulevard and encase the entire lot, or will it be the back from the building behind? And
It is behind the building front face.
Okay.
Yes.
And on a permissive use, if they vacate the property and a new owner comes in, what happens to the property as
The
far as zoning?
permissive use runs with the property. So a new owner can come in and still operate it as a wrecker service.
So I think I'm looking at the property right now. It looks like it's a pretty small building that's on the property on Google. What is that that's behind them? I know that you said it doesn't have residential. It looks like houses. I'm assuming it's other C5 businesses.
I don't have an aerial in front of me, but I believe that what is behind them is, it is a
Storage
strip
yards.
center. It's a commercial building with two or more uses in that
Okay.
commercial building.
And what concerns did the planning commission? I saw it was a 5-4 vote.
Their concerns are focused around just the general state of wrecker services in the city.
Yeah.
And so after the planning commission meeting, I have had the opportunity to meet with the police department and other departments that have dealings with record services. We will be bringing some information to council next meeting for you to consider for potential code updates to tighten up our regulations on the record services, because I would agree that there are some that are not looking like we would want them to look.
Is the applicant here? No?
I don't see the applicant here. We have called and reminded him of tonight's meeting. I will mention that he was not at the planning commission meeting.
Well, the site looks bad right now.
Looks really bad.
So having someone there could be a plus. But then if they're not gonna fence off the whole thing, are they gonna maintain the rest of that lot or not? Or is it gonna be 4-foot tall grass all the time? And that's some questions that I would have, so.
I would add to that, how do we handle it when they don't act as appropriately as we'd like them to?
They call me.
Well, I know they call.
Honestly, I mean,
Sure
we've
they
already
do.
got one in Ward 2, and that's probably the call I received the most outside of mowing grass and sidewalks. Now, it's only one record service that's the problem, but there's no saying this one isn't as well.
Right, and we are looking at ways to tighten up those codes. And so you'll be hearing more about that next meeting. As it is right now, the codes can be vague in some areas, which is our problem with making the one on Northeastern, you know, really comply with what the code, I believe, means. But again, the code is written in such a way where it is pretty vague. So we'll be bringing you a lot of proposed changes next time for you just to give staff direction on which direction you'd like to go.
Because part of the problem is they have to be operable vehicles. But you can still stack them out there, and it still just doesn't look good. And when they're all, stacked out there and beat up and everything, so.
Well, I mean, the area that's behind the fence, if that's as large as it's gonna be, there can't be a whole bunch of
Yep.
cars out there, so.
So they're gonna spill out, I guarantee it.
Well, and
If people don't come pick them up.
the whole south side of that fence is gonna have to be repaired anyway, cause it's virtually on the ground, so,
Yes, the fence is in very poor shape.
yeah.
Why don't we invite all the people that have record services to the meeting next time, and let's just sit down with them and say, look, this is what our problem is with you guys. If you can fix it, great. If you can't, we're gonna get rid of you.
Well, I think what Elizabeth is saying, by updating those
She's
codes will
nicer.
help.
Yeah.
Well, I would,
Should we table it?
I was about to say, do y'all want to table it or do you want to?
yeah, let's make a motion to table it.
Because I would
And
like to visibly see it.
I'd like to,
You're not wanting to.
maybe have the applicant come back and.
Yeah, it's nothing
share a
to
little bit
see
more with
right
us.
now, so.
You can
What he
Google the
wants and
address
maybe
on
have
your
some,
phone and see it, 2864 North Shields Boulevard.
a sketch or something of what it's gonna look like. And then maybe we can also, you'll be working on
Updated
changes
code.
to ordinances and so forth. So, yeah, I would make a motion that we would table this until the, next time it's ready to be on the agenda.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a
that-
motion and a second.
Everyone good with that?
Any other questions, discussion? Okay, would you call for the vote, please?
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
No,
Louis Williams.
Yes. Item is, passes to be tabled until it is appropriate to bring back, so. Okay. Item 5, consider approval of ordinance number 98521, amending Part 12, Chapter 6, Article C, Section 12-683 of the Moore City Code by increasing the allowable size of electronic message center signs and establishing a minimum setback distance between electronic message center signs located within the I-35 corridor.
Mayor and council, this ordinance for your consideration would increase the allowable square footage of an electronic sign along the I-35 corridor from 150 square feet per side, which is what it is today, to 250 square feet per side. It would also establish a minimum spacing requirement between any electronic sign in the I-35 corridor that is over 150 square feet to 1,000 square feet for any sign that is over 150 square feet. The intent was to not have the entire corridor have the larger signs, but to have the mixture of signs. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
And this is similar to like cities like Midwest City, who also is on a corridor, like on the I-40 corridor.
Yes, so most of the cities who have interstates are around 200 square feet of a maximum.
But you could still have a billboard sign without electronics at 300 square feet? Is that correct? Am I reading that right?
Yes, yeah, and this is for business accessory signs. So yes, you could still have up to 300 square feet of a non-electronic sign.
Why the difference? Why don't we just say it's 250 square feet, whether it's electronic or,
Well, I can tell you, my company bought one 300 square feet on both sides, and we called and got Elizabeth to okay it, and it doesn't fit.
Yeah, but-
And I spent
but this isn't,
$250,000 on
but
it.
this isn't changing it to 300, it's changing it to 250, right?
No, it's changed it to 300.
Oh, okay.
Definitely says 250.
It says
It
250.
says maximum display area would be 250 square feet per side.
Yeah, right?
Well, it should be 300.
My understanding is the entire sign is 300, but the electronic part is actually for this particular sign is 242 square feet, but the proposed ordinance is for 250.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be able to support this, and I would just like to share why. When I first got on the council, I remember there was just right across the street in the old town, they were wanting to update that sign and turn it to an electronic sign. And I voted no on that, and the council voted ultimately no to not allow that to happen. And to me, I just have a hard time seeing the value of the signage that brings to the city. I can appreciate the businesses and,
First Baptist Church sign is bigger than this.
well, ours is down right now. The one at the
But
church
when
is
it's
down.
up, it'll be bigger than this one.
Yeah. Well, my thoughts were that we have the number of signs that we have, and by adding them, I don't know that it will do a lot for enhancing the city or the corridor. So I just hate to see more of them go.
But my question is, even if we don't change this ordinance, more can come in, right? I mean, that's, I hate billboards. I wish we had no billboards in the city, but whether or not they're electronic or
Right.
flat, I don't,
And just for clarification, like, this is not talking about billboard signs. This is talking about your on-premise business
but,
sign.
yeah, but it's still the big.
Right,
yeah,
it's still the
yeah.
big sign. And so, yeah, the ordinance was written in a way to, I guess, keep a cap on the electronic signage, because at that time, there was some concern about, having too many lights and motions on the I-35 corridor.
Okay.
And this is simply an aesthetic choice that the city council can make. There's no, planning repercussions or anything. It's simply aesthetic for what the corridor will look like.
And they can only be, it's not like it's gonna be super cluttered, because they can only be every 1,000 feet, right?
The way the ordinance is written, it would be 1,000 feet separation for
Yeah,
anything
okay.
over 150 square feet.
Okay, so I understand this correctly. We're still saying electronic needs to be smaller than if it were just a flat print for the sign. So if I am if I'm any business that it's on the I-35 corridor, I could have a flat sign with lights spotlighting the entire thing, and it can be larger than an electronic sign.
Can be 300 square feet.
Right.
See,
Okay.
the idea is to advertise on I-35, you got 125,000 cars a day that go by there, is to get them off the interstate. Instead of shopping in Norman or Oklahoma City, you have them shopping here, which brings in tax dollars, which benefits us, the city.
Is there an issue with just making them all 300 feet? Is there a grievance that people would have?
This is completely up to the council.
Okay.
Yeah, it's,
And just so the council is aware, when the 150 electronic square foot sign was put into the code, we haven't exactly had a run on those things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's very few, if any, that have been installed. So we're not expecting an avalanche of these things.
I just don't know why we care if it's what Danielle was saying, a flat billboard or electronic. It seems like it's going to be and there can only be every 1,000 feet. I mean, does it really matter if one's electronic or one's flat? I mean, it's still taking up space.
Maybe just the light. I think like this one over here, that was the big issue, is the addition. 19th Street is different. Here in Old Town, it was going to be more residential, and it would just emit more light to that neighborhood. I think that was the issue.
Right, again, it is completely just an aesthetic decision that the council can make.
I mean, I make a motion to approve.
I don't understand why it would matter if it's electronic or we have it lit up with 9 spotlights. And that's coming from someone who's light sensitive, so. I second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Okay, would you call for the vote, please?
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
No.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes. Item passes. Thank you. Item 6, consider approval of a weed and trash abatement services contract with FCO Great Landscaping.
Mayor and council, one of our abatement contractors, and we have 2, one of them, Miller Outdoor Services, has been unresponsive to our work orders over the past several months. So when we call them, they don't come out and perform the work. One of their workers have subsequently started his own lawn service business and has requested to be placed on the city's abatement contractor list. He's provided all of the necessary insurance documentation. We've inspected his equipment. It meets all of our requirements, and he's agreed to the city's set price for abatements. Staff requests that council approve the contract for FCO Great Landscaping with the understanding that Miller Outdoor Services will no longer be used, so it would still just have the 2 abatement contractors. This contract will be rebid next spring, but until then, we do have a backlog of yards that need to be abated. So we are requesting that we get someone on board as soon as possible.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
I don't like those
Okay,
misses.
motion and a second. Any other questions? Call for the vote, please.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 7, consider awarding bid number 2021-014, 2022 FPS flameless pothole patch truck body to Bird Camp, Inc. in the amount of $146,442 as the low bidder.
Mayor and Council, on the July 19th City Council meeting, the council approved the cabin chassis for the pothole truck. Fortunately, we're able to secure one because it's been tough for people to find a cabin chassis. So we put the body part of the truck. We bid that one out, and we opened bids on the 20th, August 20th. And Beckham came in as the low bidder. So we recommend awarding the bid to them, and maybe in 120 days we'll have a power truck.
Let's get it if we can. Make a motion to approve.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 8, discuss, consider, and if deemed appropriate, appoint Blaine Nice as attorney to represent Jeremy Lewis, Moore Police Department, in Malik Shakur versus City of Moore et al., United States District Court, CIV-21-0758-J, pursuant to 11 Oklahoma Statute 23-101.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council, the plaintiff in this matter, or this litigation, Malik Shakur, has brought this action against the City of Moore, Moore Police Department, various attorneys for the Oklahoma Department of Human Services, and I almost say anybody that looked at his case. And it stems from charges that were filed against him in Cleveland County based on a breach of a guardianship or fiduciary duty. After those charges were filed, then a year or two later, Cleveland County and the District Attorney's Office ended up dismissing this matter, but he has brought let me say, litany of claims against the named individuals pursuant to state statute. Officer Lewis has made the request for representation. He's not been sued in his personal capacity, but the plaintiff has tried to bring in the police department, and I believe Officer Lewis's only input or contact with this matter was an interview with one of the local news stations where he said, yes, charges had been filed, and that's it. This is a pro se plaintiff, and the city has already filed a motion to dismiss. He's responded to that, and we have responded to his response, waiting on a decision on that. But if we keep it all together by appointing Mr. Nice to handle all of this, it keeps it in a nice little package.
So just a quick Google search of those names, I can find the story and get the rest of the background on this. It looks like it was almost 2 years ago. So you're telling us that, just so I understand, that Sergeant Lewis didn't have any interaction with him at the time, or if he did, it was only in passing?
Yes, I think the only involvement Officer Lewis had was
A couple of quotes that say, yes, there were, which
right.
I'm reading.
He gave an interview on, like I said, one of the news
Right. Yeah,
channels
I'm
that said
looking at it.
charges. We'd done an investigation, charges were filed, and
And it's pretty not accusatory either. I mean, the statement really just says that it's unfortunate, but yes, we've filed charges or whatever. Okay.
correct.
Okay,
That's
interesting. And just pro se, I mean, he's representing himself.
that is correct.
Well, I'm not related to Jeremy, but I'll make the motion that we hire the attorney, Blaine Nice. And I'd claim him as a brother if I could, so.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 9, consider authorizing the budgeted purchase of a 2022 Ford F-350 Super Cab to support an animal transport body for the Animal Welfare Department in the amount of $36,720 from Bill Knight Ford using state contract number SW035.
Mayor and Council, this is for the purchase of the cab and chassis for the animal welfare truck. This will be replacing the 2006 truck, and we are planning to bring the body part to the next council for your consideration as well.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Okay, motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 10, consider acceptance of the lowest quote by KB Electric in the amount of $49,100 for the budgeted purchase and installation of a Musco LED light structure system to replace the athletic field lighting at Buck Thomas Park softball complex.
Mayor and Council, this is, we've had some issues with some of the lights shining into the neighbors' houses. this should deal with that situation by changing the type of light and the direction.
Glad we're doing that. And I was going to ask if this was going to add to that problem.
No, it's too-
I've gotten a few emails about this, so thank you guys for looking into
I'm
it.
so sorry.
Those citizens will be very pleased.
Yeah.
So,
And can we get a switch that automatically turns it off at 12?
can we do that? Like a timer?
Well,
or
we
something?
have a timer, and sometimes humans
Overrides it.
go and turn it back on.
Them out.
They're dealt with.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 11, consider adoption of resolution number 1, sub 21, approving amendment to the agreement creating the 911 Association of Central Oklahoma Governments made by the 911 ACOG Board of Directors on June 24, 2021.
Mayor and council, what this does is this updates the criteria for the weighted average vote. The council approved the moving to a weighted average vote approximately this time last year. And so essentially all this amendment does is it designates the ESRI group as the people that declare what the population totals are for the weighted average vote. Recommend approval.
Would make a motion that we approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis. Adam Webb.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 12, consider authorizing the budgeted purchase of an execute time and attendance scheduling software for the financial accounting system in the amount of $105,284 from Tyler Technologies as a sole source provider.
Mayor and council, the ExecuTime software is another module that is available from Tyler Technologies that integrates with our current Munis software system. ExecuTime time and attendance functionality has several added features that would greatly benefit the city. It will provide supervisors with easier oversight and accessibility, as supervisors will be able to see employees' time before they submit it for pay. Rules can be established to flag time entry mistakes for employees and issue warnings to supervisors about possible errors, making the review and approval process quicker and more accurate. It will also provide departments with greater reporting functionality, enabling supervisors to run reports that fit their needs. The advanced scheduling module would provide police and fire with an automated scheduling feature that is geared towards public safety shifts, and we believe would eliminate some of the manual tracking that is currently being done. It would also help with parks' scheduling of their part-time and seasonal employees. We believe the software will benefit the city by adding features that make time entry more accurate and provide supervisors with better tools to track employees' time and run reports that will help them make better, more informed decisions. Be glad to answer any questions you might have.
How many people do we have tracking on paper copies right now? Like a percentage of our staff? Approximately.
We don't do paper.
Okay, I
It
misheard.
is
I
all
thought you
now.
said paper tracking. I thought that's what I heard.
Oh, I'm sorry, no.
Okay,
Yeah, it's all through our current software.
okay.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other questions?
A lot of money.
Call for the vote, please.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 13, consider approval of an interlocal cooperative agreement between the City of Oklahoma City and the City of Moore for the design and construction of Southwest 149th Street to a 4-lane urban arterial from Santa Fe Avenue to Western Avenue.
Mayor and council, this is an interlocal agreement between the City of Oklahoma City and the City of Moore for 149th Street, again, from Santa Fe to Western. Part of it is 4 lanes now. but there is about a half a mile is 4 lanes and a half a mile is just 2 lanes. Oklahoma City wants to widen this to a 4-lane urban arterial. A small portion of that is still within the city of Moore, and then also from the half mile where the light is in front of the school. Basically, the south half is Moore and the north half is Oklahoma City. They will be doing a complete mill and overlay of that section of that half mile of 2 lanes from within the city of Moore. Our portion or our share of the contract is $15,000 for the design work and $180,000 for the construction, and that would be, as I said, the mill and overlay, and a small portion needs to be widened to 4 lanes within our city limits. The funding source from this is the general government contingency, fiscal year 22. The construction timeframe, the city of Oklahoma City anticipates that they would bid it sometime in the spring of 2022. We would recommend that you approve the agreement.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes. Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 14, consider awarding a contract to Calm Construction in the amount of $300,000 for bid number 2200-001, Moore Park Storage Building, Buck Thomas Park.
On August 12th, we received 3 bids for the Buck Thomas Maintenance Facility Storage Building located in Buck Thomas Park. The lowest responsive bid was received from Calm Construction from Yukon, Oklahoma, in the amount of $300,000. The facility will consist of will be constructed with 1 equipment bay, 2 small offices, bathrooms, and a break room. The funding source is the quarter-cent sales tax, Fund 13, and the completion time, once they're authorized to proceed with the construction, is approximately 180 days, and we would recommend that you award to the low responsive bidder, Calm Construction.
This is basically a metal building, is that?
I was about to say,
Yes.
it seems awfully cheap. It's
Yeah.
not going to blow away, is it?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Make a,
Don't say no. That
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it depends on what kind of winds come through.
Under normal circumstances, it
Well,
won't blow
okay,
away,
yeah.
so.
Make a motion to approve.
second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 15, consider approval of an agreement with Traffic Engineering Consultants, Inc., TEC, in the amount of $25,000 for professional transportation engineering services for striping plans along Southwest 19th Street from Santa Fe Avenue to Eastern Avenue.
Mayor and Council, if you recall, last year, ACOG recommended award of approximately $325,000 for striping of the 19th Street corridor from Santa Fe to Eastern Avenue. And what this would do would be hire TEC, who helped us put together the application and did cost estimates and basically played a large role in us getting that $325,000 from ODOT. And so we're recommending that we hire TEC to do the striping plans for that Southwest 19th Street corridor.
Okay, and this is just for the plans? to
Just
do
for the
that?
plans, and the cost for the plans is $25,000, and the funding source is fiscal year '22 General Street Improvement Fund.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 16, consider approval of an agreement with Freese and Nichols in the amount of $244,500 for professional engineering services for completion of a water master plan for the city of Moore's water system.
Mayor and Council, in this year's budget, in Fund 11, the 1/8 cent sales tax, we budgeted for professional services to prepare a water master plan. We discussed the project with Freese and Nichols. They were the firm that went ahead and did our risk and resilience assessment and our emergency our emergency plan for our water system in case we have any problems. And as a result, they're very familiar with our system and had a lot of the information already available while they were doing that project. And so we asked them to provide us a proposal, and their proposal is to provide us a calibrated water system model that will allow us to play what if we have a large industry that comes in and is a large water user. We can plug that into the model and tell us whether or not we'll have fire flow problems or whether or not we'll have to enlarge some lines to be able to meet the needs of whatever is wanting to come in. And then they're also going to be doing a short-term and a long-term water capital improvement plan as part of that master plan that'll help us as we look forward for development in the future and whatnot. And their fee for this was $244,500, and we would recommend approval. As I said, the funding source is Fund 11, 1/8 cent sales tax.
So based off their past work with us, does that save either a cost or schedule for, as opposed to going with another company or outsourcing?
Yes, this, we had budgeted a significant amount more for that, than what their proposal was, and it was because of they already have part of the GIS system incorporated from the past project.
Makes sense. How often do cities usually do something like this?
How often?
How often do you update your model or have it re-examined?
I would say that depend on the amount of growth and the development. You would probably want to do just an update every probably 7 or 8 years.
Okay, just curious.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis, Louis Williams.
Okay, yes. Okay. Motion passes. Item 17, consider authorizing the budgeted purchase of two 2022 Ford F-250 Super Cab trucks in the total amount of $67,473.71 from Bill Knight Ford using state contract number SW035.
Mayor and Council, this is to purchase 2 new trucks to replace older ones that we have, 2002 older ones. However, the backup document shows the correct total cost. The $67,473.71 includes a lift gate that we will not be purchasing. So the total cost is $64,498.
Well, in that case, I was going to vote no, but no. I make a motion to approve.
We need to have a motion to come in for the
Okay.
correct amount and then.
And what's the
then-
correct amount? I make a,
Do the old
60.
trucks not run?
They are running, but we have, several of our crew don't have trucks to use, so
Have a pickup? You guys have a pickup?
Yeah.
Wait, what year did you say those trucks are that we're replacing?
2002.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I could
Almost
barely
20
vote.
years old.
I definitely wouldn't have been able to vote on this in 2002, just so you know.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we amend it to the correct price of $64,498.
second.
Okay, we have a motion with an amendment and a second. Any other questions? Call for the vote, please.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 18,
No, we have to vote
No.
on the.
Now we need
Oh.
to vote.
On the new
We have to
amount.
vote on the new
Now I
amount.
make a motion that we approve the purchase of the 2 trucks at the amended rate.
Second.
okay.
Fast.
Call for the vote.
Motion and a second. Call for the vote, please.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Now 17 is done, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Item 18, consider approval of budget supplements for FY 21-22 for the prior year purchase order carryover as follows. MPWA sinking fund, $9,894,345.18. Street bond improvements, $3,714,539.28. Moore Public Works Authority, $1,047,216.02. General Fund, $1,128,620.86. Special Revenue Fund, $1,873,665.78. 8-cent sales tax water system improvements, $228,125. Half-cent sales tax public safety equipment residential streets, $167,335.06. Quarter cent parks public works facility, $373,846.36. CBDG DR grant, $2,165,906.30. Finance.
That was terrible.
Very good. Mayor and council, your approval is requested to roll fiscal year 21 purchase orders still open at year end into the new fiscal year. Glad to answer any questions you might have.
I would make a motion to approve the changes or the rollovers.
A second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis, Adam Webb,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes. Item passes. Item 19, consider authorizing the unbudgeted purchase of ammunition in the amount of $26,640 from state contract provider Precision Delta.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, this is a strategic move that was unbudgeted, but we anticipate that the current state contract, which will expire at the end of September, when the new state contract for ammunition is approved, it will go up roughly 300 to 350% is the estimate. So what we'll be doing is leveraging some state seizure money to purchase 2 years' worth of ammo in advance.
So that's 2 years worth?
That's half. That's 1 year.
Okay.
How long will it take to get it in? Do you know? If you ordered it tomorrow?
2 years.
Yes, sir, and yes, sir. Councilmember, we're still waiting on about 150,000 rounds of handgun ammunition, which is 2 separate orders. And we are told that it should be in the first part of September, and that was ordered about a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago.
So it really is a year. Wow.
Yeah. Glad we're getting a jump start on it.
I'd make a motion to, or go ahead.
Go ahead,
Melissa.
go ahead.
I'll make a motion that we approve the purchase.
Second.
Okay, any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 20, consider approval of an interlocal agreement with the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics in support of a statewide drug task force.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, not too long ago I updated you on some of the situation involving different drug trends in Oklahoma and in the metro area. We have found ourselves in a position where we have a very unique resource at the city of Moore, and I might have mentioned him earlier, but we have a Chinese-speaking officer. He is the only officer in the state of Oklahoma that speaks Chinese at this point, and the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics is in desperate need of his assistance. What they've offered to do through this agreement is to reimburse every bit of the financial costs involving him and his payroll and benefits, which will allow us to backfill that position, and so there will be no impact on the resources provided to the street and our citizens directly here in Moore. However, he will also benefit the entire state and our community as well.
Is there a time limit on that, like job share, or do we anticipate that he will just remain with OBN?
It would really depend on the state of the state in that situation, how that evolves. There's some legislation that'll be going through this next legislative cycle. I know that the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics, the governor's office, and several other entities are really looking to put some controls in place to help mitigate some of this criminal activity. And so at this point, I could not tell you an ending date. It should be noted that we do not have officers on any federal task force at this point. We've pulled them all back, and so this would be a local partner that we already partner with for local issues, and it keeps it all in the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice.
And they're gonna pay 100% of his
Salary.
salary?
Yes, sir.
Tell them to add 10%, we gotta buy new pickup trucks.
Mayor, they are going to provide a vehicle as well, along with other supportive equipment that he would need to work with them.
And,
I'll make the motion to approve.
and the only question I would ask or have is, will he be reassigned immediately or after we get a replacement for him?
He will probably leave before the replacement. However, Councilmember, we have several new officers on board that are coming on board, getting out of field training here relatively quickly. We should have 5 that will be finishing up field training by October 1st. And by the time we process the paperwork and get all the logistics worked out, would be about the time
Okay.
he would be anticipated to be leaving.
All right, great.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. At this time, we'll recess the city council meeting and convene the Moore Public Works Authority meeting. Item 21 is the consent docket. Item A, receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Public Works Authority meeting held August 16th, 2021. Item B, ratify action of City Council on August 16th, 2021 regarding approval of a new job description for animal shelter assistant and placement in pay grade 104 of the city's salary table. Item C, ratify action of City Council on approval of budget supplements for FY 21-22 for prior year purchase order carryover. Item D is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2021 in the amount of $183,492.04. Approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2021-2022 in the amount of $1,199,763.61.
Motion we approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. It's consent docket. Would you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 22, consider authorizing the purchase of 702 polycarts from Sierra Container Group at a total cost of $44,202.10 as the lowest responsible quote.
Mayor and council, the council has 2 contracts with 2 different vendors, but the issues that we're having is delivery. We are running low, and they can't deliver on time. For us, they're about 12 to only God knows when they can deliver. Sierra Container can deliver in a couple of weeks. Another reason for going to Sierra is because they use virgin resins in making the polycarts, which makes it stronger than the ones that we already have that keeps breaking. So we recommend
So
approval.
will we be able to cancel the other contract, or?
We
We'll
just don't
just
have
keep
to.
it and-
Yes, we just don't have to purchase from them.
Okay.
Make a motion we approve.
And I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 23, consider adopting resolution number 253, sub 21, increasing the cost of garage sale signs from $2 to $4 per sign.
Mayor and council, while pricing a new order of garage sale signs, we were advised that the cost of the signs would be more than our last order, due mainly to the 30% increase in cost of resin that is used on the signs. This, along with the additional cost increase of the sign stakes due to problems receiving materials from overseas, has caused the cost of the sign to be more than what we are currently charging. We would like to request that we raise the charge for the signs from $2 to $4 to cover this increased cost. Be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Can we rebid this? to get the garage signs at a different price from somebody else? I don't like to buy anything overseas,
We could, yes, sir.
but I'll make the motion to approve the increase.
Okay, I'll second that motion.
Okay, any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes. Item passes. Item 24, consider adopting resolution number 254, sub 21, increasing the renter deposit for water, sewer, and garbage from $100 to $150.
Mayor and council, we would also like to request an increase in the utility deposit for rentals from $100 to $150. It has been our practice to require a 2-month deposit from rental customers due to the fluid nature of the rental market. The average utility bill for this market is now between $60 to $75 a month, and we believe that an increase is necessary. Upon a request to cancel service, we apply the deposit to the final bill, and any balance is returned to the customer. Be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Make a motion, oh, go ahead.
I mean, is that comparable to the surrounding areas, and maybe you don't have that information right now?
I don't.
Okay. Do we have any people that have issues paying this, or, because, you know, when you get all this stuff turned on, it's a lot of money for everybody wants a deposit.
Yes, and usually we'll give them we'll spread it over a couple of months
Okay.
for them to pay.
Okay.
And this is commercial, so.
Oh, okay.
This
Well,
isn't
no,
commercial, this
it's
is rental.
residential.
This is
Oh,
rental.
Oh, this is
Rental.
residential. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry, I'm
residential
sorry.
rental.
Okay.
So as
Yeah,
homeowners,
that
do they
does.
pay the same, what?
The
are
homeowners are a little different because we run a credit check. So
Okay,
there's
okay.
different levels, but the highest level for residential homeowners is 150 now.
Okay, okay.
So,
I make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. Item 25, consider resolution 255, sub 21, adopting a new schedule of fees and charges and repealing all other resolutions pertaining to the schedule of fees and charges.
Mayor and council, this schedule includes the 2 previous items you just approved and the additional $1 fee that was approved by council at the August 16th meeting for the storm damage cleanup.
What I just heard you say is that we're going to add $1 to all garbage collection because of the price that it costs us to clean up stormwater damage.
We approved
Yes,
that
ma'am.
last month.
Right,
Yeah, that's-
so, and that's all we're doing?
Yeah.
It's just a follow-up, okay.
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. At this time, we'll recess the Moore Public Works Authority meeting and convene the Moore Risk Management meeting. Item 26 is the consent docket. Item A is accept the minutes of the regular Moore Risk Management meeting held August 16th, 2021. Item B is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2021-2022 in the amount of $647,880.78.
Make a motion to approve?
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. It's consent docket. Call for the vote, please.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, item passes. At this time, we'll recess the Moore Risk Management meeting and reconvene the city council meeting. Item 27 is new business. Item A is citizens forum for items not on the agenda. I don't believe anybody's signed up. Would anybody care to speak? Okay, if not, item B, items from the city council or trustees.
Just have one thing. November, again, is Library Card, National Library Card Month. And if you remember last year, we just got some book recommendations from the local council members, and we've just been invited to participate in that again. So I'm just asking you, as council members, if you would have a book that you would like to recommend people read, if you could either send something to Brooks or just send it to me directly, whatever is appropriate. Then I'll get that to Chris Manna, and they'll try to get those books and have them in the library. And then if you could just include a sentence or two why you like the book and why you think it would be a good read for somebody. Thank you.
Thanks for reminding us, I forgot.
And if you could get that to me pretty quick so they can have time to do what they need to do.
Hey Brooks, I've been asked what we do to help employees that might be struggling with mental health issues, either from the job or maybe it's affecting their ability to work. What does the city offer to help address that for those employees?
We have counseling services that are available through our risk management and HR. So.
Okay, thank you.
Is that all you had?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a couple of things. One, and this is kind of Melissa's area, so I feel even weird talking about it, but I bet she can add to it. I've had several complaints, more than 3 this month, about dogs without a leash at Central Park, or being in an area where they're aggressive and they come up. And ironically, I've heard other council members talk about this too. But before that, I had heard 3 different citizens had reached out to me. So I don't know if that's something that maybe we can have somebody out there in animal control. You probably have more information about the timing of it.
It's actually not necessarily people out there that have their dogs off leash. It's not dogs coming across from the neighborhood. We actually had an incident on Sunday where we were dodging behind cars to keep the dogs away from our dogs. But I think that's what I mean, there are some people who have their dogs off leash, but usually those dogs are very well trained, stay right by the owner, that sort of thing. It's the dogs come across the street and or from those neighborhoods around there. And so I don't know what the solution is, because it's at 7 o'clock on Sunday morning, or it's at 8:30 on Sunday or on an evening night. And so I don't, animal control's not there. So I don't know what the solution is, but it has become a problem here recently.
The neighborhoods isn't what I'm hearing. I'm even hearing very specific stories about an owner saying, well, my dog's very well trained, so they're off leash. And my understanding is we have a leash law in the city. Is true. And I understand that there are dogs that are very well behaved. They're also sometimes unpredictable. Yeah. So I do have a little bit of an issue with that. I don't know if it's the signage. I don't have a solution to it, but I am bringing you my problem.
Yeah, you're correct. I mean, we do have a leash law, and I mean, when we see a dog off leash, we just go the other way because they are unpredictable. Right. Or I say you need to put your dog on a leash. Or even your dog can be unpredictable. Yeah.
So hey, I have this problem, but I don't know how to solve it. So.
And John came to the meeting just
for that.
I
know. I saw him walk in. I walked in behind him. I was like, yes, I'm going to remember to say something. And then just a shout out to Chief Gibson and his team. I know I know all the high school football games. Everyone's excited to be back in person. And there were at least a couple of incidents that I heard about because there's just so many people there. And I think they did a excellent job controlling the situation, controlling the crowd, and making sure to keep everyone calm. So thank you guys for that. And I even received an email from Dr. Romine's staff today. So I'm sure there's been conversations about it on how to handle future football games and the student population there. So I'm sure he's all over that, because I know if not, it wouldn't have came from that. So yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay, anyone else?
We had an incident at Veterans Park, I think, that our police are working on, but to confirm, we do have
cameras.
To the public, we do have cameras in most, that's very visible and really active areas of the park, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Item C is items from the city manager, trust manager.
Just a couple of things. The reconstruction of Eastern Avenue between 19th and 34th Street is complete, so glad to have that project done. And the next couple of days, Jerry and I will be at the Oklahoma Municipal League annual conference in Oklahoma City, so we'll be in and out, but available by phone if needed.
Okay. How's the going over at the shopping center?
At Shops and More?
Yes.
So far, so good.
I mean, is it about done?
No. Isn't it till like November?
They plan on Thursday to go ahead and start pouring curb and gutter.
Okay.
On phase 1, we broke it up into 2 phases so that there was access to all of the properties and all of the stores.
Okay. This will be completed before our holiday season, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a lot of
hopefully
shopping that will be happening, so we want to keep those people happy.
Yep.
We gave a November 10th or 15th.
Okay. Oh.
I think it was,
Yeah.
Seems like we're really cutting it close.
well, that gives us a little cushion.
Okay.
We'll say it was bad, it needed done.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. All right, anyone else? All right, thank you, Brooks. Item 28 is adjournment.
So moved.
Second?
Would you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes, we are adjourned.
Hey, Jerry.
Thank you.